Hey everybody, it's Wraith. I know it's been a really long time since I last recorded, but I needed a few things to change before I could record again. And those things have now changed, so I'm at a position where I can start recording again. I don't know if I'm going to do this every day again. As I mentioned when I first started the channel, this was more something I just wanted to do for fun. But, you know, I'm going to try and put stuff out, keep things coming for y'all just when I can, things like that. Obviously, I still play games, so I'm still going to try and record stuff for that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that every time I play a game or whatever, but I do want to try and get content out. Anyways, so now that the channel is restarted, quote unquote, I do want to start off with something I experienced today. For the longest time, I've been seeing Taco Bell's breakfast menu, and I'm like, hey, that looks really cool. Maybe I should try some of that. And the problem is, I either had to go straight to work or was just not up early enough to try it. And now that I'm actually up early enough and not having to work today, I actually got to try the Taco Bell breakfast, and now I can actually provide some feedback on what I thought of it. So I actually got 3 different items. I got their soft taco with sausage, I got their quesadilla also with sausage, and I got their crunch wrap with bacon. So I'm going to go from least favorite up to favorite, starting with the soft taco, and my phone apparently. Anyways, starting off with the soft taco, which was my least favorite. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of what you would expect. It was essentially just scrambled eggs with some sausage thrown into a tortilla. So makes, I guess, scrambled eggs a little bit easier to eat. That was essentially all that was. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really anything more than what you would expect if it met your expectations at all. Whereas you move on to the quesadilla. Now, the quesadilla was actually pretty good. The tortilla actually added to the flavor. Again, it was essentially just scrambled eggs with cheese and sausage, the typical thing. But I felt it worked a little bit better with the quesadilla. First off, you got more of it than you did with the soft taco. Obviously, the soft taco was a little bit cheaper. But with the quesadilla, I still felt like it was more worth what you were paying for it. And I mean, they're both worth what you're paying for it, don't get me wrong, but you just got more with the quesadilla as you might expect, or at least it felt like more to me. And, you just got the 4 sections of the quesadilla, kind of like a half pizza type thing if you want. But it was all right. Again, I enjoyed it. It was sort of what I expected, maybe a little bit better than I expected, but neither of those even remotely compared to the pinnacle of this, which is the crunch wrap. The morning crunch wrap is amazing. I was very pleased with that. Because usually what I do when I eat is I'll eat whatever my favorite thing is last. So I'll eat everything else first. And if I'm not sure, I'll try a bite of a couple of different things and then decide from there what I want to eat last. Very rarely I will have 2 things that I like about the same, and I'll sort of go back and forth between the 2. But this one, I knew the soft taco was going to be my least favorite, so I just ate that straight up. I wasn't worried about that. But I wasn't sure about the quesadilla and the crunch wrap. So I took one of the wedges of the quesadilla, and I'm like, okay, this is okay. And then I took a bite of the crunch wrap, and I paused for a moment. I'm just like, that's it. That is the pinnacle of this breakfast. So I just to make sure I had another. I don't remember if I had 1 or 2. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but I don't remember if I had 1 or 2 wedges of the quesadilla before I took a bite of the crunch wrap. But once I took a bite of that crunch wrap, it was over. There was no question in my mind. I just finished off the quesadilla and then moved on to the crunch wrap. I mean, this was the one that I was pretty sure I was going to really like. And the reason I got this with bacon is because there was a lot more flavor in it. I got sausage in the other 2 because I knew it was going to need a more potent flavor to sort of bring everything together, sort of cut through the tortilla and things like that. But with the crunch wrap, you've got that hash brown in there. You've got the egg, the cheese, just the tortilla itself, and all of those flavors. I think really the reason I knew that this one needed bacon and not sausage is I knew that hash brown was going to be the deciding factor in this. And the hash brown is what made this work, I feel like. It added a really nice textural quality to it. It added that potato that I feel like it really needed. And so I'm like, no, we're not getting sausage with that. That's going to be bacon. So I put bacon in there, and you've got that really nicely grilled tortilla that held together really well. You've got the hash brown, which I don't know if it matters, but I always feel like there's a certain way you have to eat certain foods. Like if there's a food with lettuce on it, the lettuce has to go at the top. So like if you're eating not salad, but like a sandwich, and you have a burger, for instance, and you have lettuce on it, the lettuce has to go at the top. The only reason that the lettuce is not, well, the lettuce is at the top and then the sauce. The only reason the lettuce is not at the top is if you have tomato. The tomato always goes on top of the lettuce. I don't know why that's how it has to be for me, but that's how it has to be for me. So when I was eating this Crunchwrap, I'm like, I want the hash brown to be at the bottom. I want that to be the first thing that touches my tongue. I don't know why. That's just, I'm like, this is how I'm going to eat it. This is how it has to be eaten. And I guess I wanted that flavor. I wanted that texture. I just wanted that to be the first thing I experienced. And so you're looking at the tortilla on the bottom. You've got the hash brown in there, which unlike the triple double Crunchwrap, which I would like to point out, there is nothing crunchy about it. Because you put that many layers of seasoned beef in there, the parts that are supposed to be crunchy get soggy, and there's nothing crunchy about that. So, as a complete sidetrack for a second, but if they ever bring it back, do not get the triple double Crunchwrap. It's not worth it. There are a lot of better things there that do the same thing except better. In my personal opinion, if you want the triple double Crunchwrap, you want what they were trying to achieve with that, go for the cheesy gordita crunch. It's pretty much the same flavor profile except executed better, and is a far better meal in my opinion. Anyways, off from that tangent, back to our little Crunchwrap of the breakfast variety. So you have that hash brown on the bottom, then you have your egg, your cheese, your bacon, all that, which is all really good. I enjoyed that a lot. But what really brought it together is they have, I don't even know what to call it. It was kind of like a slightly spicy mayo. Like it added just that right amount of kick that made you go, oh, hi there. And I feel like that is what really made the Crunchwrap work. That is what really made it stand out to me. And I would gladly go back there repeatedly for just that Crunchwrap, just because that sauce, that hash brown, that cheese, everything just came together beautifully. So if you are going to go to Taco Bell for breakfast, or if you're just looking ahead, I want to get breakfast, I don't know where I want to go. Honestly, I've been a lot of places for breakfast. Unless you're going to go for a really big high-end meal, like say you want to go to Denny's or something. I don't like IHOP personally, just another side tangent for a second. I've never been particularly fond of IHOP. I'll go there occasionally if I have a hankering for something breakfasty and I'm not in the mood for Denny's, or I can't get to a Denny's, or apparently now I'm not in the mood for Taco Bell or whatever, but I don't like IHOP. Just, I don't. But aside from that, if you're looking for sort of a cheaper option for breakfast, you just want to go get something right quick, but you don't know where to go. I mean, you could always go to McDonald's and you can get there. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do like their McGriddles. McGriddles are amazing. Something about that maple syrup in the bun, but it was actually funny. I was actually at a McDonald's not too long ago, and they had a sign on the door saying, "We are sold out of McGriddles," which I find funny, because normally you see that for specialty items, but McDonald's has always had McGriddles, so why were they sold out of that? I don't know, but yeah, whatever, they were. Anyways, you could always go for that sort of thing if you wanted. I honestly feel like for your buck, that morning Crunchwrap at the Taco Bell is a better buy. You've got more flavor in there, you've got more flavor profiles, just sort of more variety of flavor. Something more intriguing to the taste buds, in my opinion. So honestly, if I had to choose between McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, your fast food places for breakfast, right about now, I'm thinking Taco Bell, because that Crunchwrap was the bomb. I will definitely be going back there if I'm ever up early enough for that. I will say that is one thing that McDonald's has over Taco Bell, is that McDonald's now does their breakfast 24/7, which could be why they ran out of their McGriddles, and possible, but I still wouldn't have thought that was that popular that they sold out of it, but they did. But, that's just one thing that they have going over on most of their competitors, is that they do breakfast all day now, which is nice. But I would say if you are up early enough, definitely go for the morning Crunchwrap at Taco Bell. Definitely worth the buy. Definitely the best breakfast fast food I've had in a long time. So just my 2 cents. I figured I'd give a review. I know this leaned pretty heavily on the crunch wrap. That's pretty much just because the quesadilla and the taco were kind of what you would expect. I don't really have to explain because I'm pretty sure you looked at that on the menu and you pretty much already had an idea of what that tasted like. But that crunch wrap, that was something else. I was not expecting that, and I was very pleasantly surprised. Not to mention, I got some orange juice while I was there, and the guy was nice enough to give me an extra one, which was pretty nice. I appreciated that. But, so yeah, my personal vote, if you're going to go for anything breakfast, fast food, and you have a choice, you're up early enough, go for that crunch wrap at Taco Bell. I don't think it'll steer you wrong. So, anyways, just in the comments, if you want, you can let me know what you think. If you've had it before, do you like it? Do you think there's something else, fast food, breakfast, that's better? Do you think that McDonald's is just better because they do theirs all day? Anything like that, anything you want to leave in the comments below. As always, just be polite, be respectful. That's all I ask, really. So yeah, thank you for checking out this, taking the time to check out this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more of what I upload, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, I'll be uploading obviously a little bit more frequently than I have been recently, now that I'm more in a place where I can do that. Again, I don't know how often that will be. I'm not going to set up a schedule until I'm sure I can commit to it, because I don't want to make promises I'm going to break. But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming to check this out, and I will see y'all in the next one.